It is 9 o'clock. I'm trying to start the meeting. Please join us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We do have public comments to start the meeting. It is limited to 3 minutes per speaker. Do we have any public comments?
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Pete, again. Some call it Pete. But you want to see this?
I don't know what that is, Mr. Gibbs.
Well, I'm off the list.
I'll take it, sir.
Give it to Matt.
This is what we see.
Thank you.
That's what's highlighted.
I got on Mr. David Yoder,
We've seen this
Okay.
for years.
and I told him where I live
Years.
and the problem I have. I spoke and I showed him the last one time here. Had to print it, but I can't carry all that stuff up here, the stuff I've got. But he said I did not have an acre. It showed I'd have to go get with Justice County. So I did. Prosecuting attorney. Well, it led to Mr. Palmer. He said Mr. Palmer had that to do. Well, Palmer said I had to get an attorney. I had an attorney. He said, and I've got the paperwork. He said, what I send down, he said, I'll send you. And he did. So I've got the paperwork down home. I've invited everybody, come down, see what the problem is, and I got paperwork, show what I'm going to do. But
Mr. Gibbs, I'm going to stop you, and we can stop the clock for a minute. I have a question. Mr. Wade had visited, other members of our staff have visited. Let me finish. It's my understanding that you went to our police department, and I want this on the record, and tried to charge those folks with trespassing.
charged, trying to do what?
Charge the people that came to your property with trespassing.
I never done no such a thing. That happened to be the head guy out of Lebanon. Mr. Chuck Petty's boss, I guess it was.
Okay. We'll agree to disagree.
Just a second here. I've got his name. Here,
I suppose my point is, you're inviting us to come and look at your situation, yet any person in the public arena that has, that's an adverse reaction. Would you not agree with that?
buddy, they can come anytime.
Okay.
I'll show them. Matter of fact, Russ over here, I showed him. He's seen the water. It's there. It's standing. And this gentleman right here, him, this is there, and a couple of workers with him, or a worker or two, and Ed Wade. There was about 6 of them, I believe it was. They came down and they wanted to move. They would fill the creek in over there, but they moved it over here, still on my property. I got 15 feet easement through the land. 15 feet on me, 15 feet on my neighbor. They didn't want to take it
Previously,
over.
you've denied that we offered you a solution, so I'm confused on where we're at this point, Mr. Gibbs. So
You did not
your time
offer
is
me.
up.
Well, your time, I agree with that. But I've got this right here, which is the covenant of the homeowner. And right here is this. Speaks for itself. And right here is something else. And here is some more. Like I say, I've got so much I couldn't all carry it all up here.
Okay, Mr. Gibbs.
I was to get a hold of him. I was asked to get a hold of Mr. Mothersbaugh.
Your 3 minutes are up,
And I
sir.
did.
Okay.
And the boy that killed himself, he said his dad worked.
We have a time limit for a reason.
Okay,
Okay?
all right.
Thank you.
You're welcome to stay or you may go.
You just don't want to hear it.
No, I think we've heard it. And you've offered your own solution on that dais. You've now denied twice things that we know were factual, so I don't know where else to take it.
I'm giving it to you and giving it to you.
Okay. Items to be removed from the consent agenda. Gentlemen, do we have anything to be removed?
No, sir.
I do not.
Fiscal business. Russ?
I have nothing for you this morning.
New Business Administration, Resolution 5694, resolution to approve an agreement between Clearcreek Township and Warren County Soil and Water Conservation District for the administration assistance of NPDES MS4 permit responsibilities and enforcement, and dispense with the second reading. Matthew?
This is our annual agreement with Warren County Soil and Water to help manage our shared responsibilities for pollution and discharge and sediment. For your consideration. If you have any questions, I'm glad to answer.
Do I have a motion to approve 5694?
So moved. Second. Mr. Mearsfall.
Yay.
Mr. Holtree.
Yay.
Mr. Gabbard.
Yay. Resolution 5695, a resolution providing for health insurance and other benefits to the Township Trustees, fiscal officer, and eligible employees and their dependents, dispensing with the second reading and declaring an emergency. I like how you listed us first on that, by the way. Thank you.
So, as I've spoken to the board and written to the board, it was a pretty rough rating year for us this year. And that's not unique. Apparently, it's pretty widespread under insurance plans. We've got about a dozen high claims, which are defined as being $40,000 and more. In some cases, much more, which led to the particularly rough initial renewal of 34.2%. After our insurance broker engaged in negotiations with Anthem and put all of our business out on the open market, we got a number of different renewal options, and the revised renewal came down to a plus 23. The broker and the township further narrowed the options down to about 4 alternatives. We dismissed any of the market bids for our business for continuity of the plan, as well as the cost savings really just weren't there. So it was a renewal option and then 3 other alternate options from Anthem that were put in front of the benefits committee for consideration, and they recommended the renewal option ultimately after discussing it. The committee as it was created, it's an advisory committee that is a non-binding recommendation to the board. At the administrative level, we reviewed the plans and considered the options that were put in front of us, and administration's recommendation diverged from the committee recommendation, and ultimately alternate 1 with Anthem was what was decided upon. Alternate 1 does increase the deductible and the maximum out of pocket. However, with the increased deductible subsidy as a percentage, which is what we typically do, the maximum exposure on that plan is roughly the same as what renewal is. It does introduce some consumerism, more consumerism into the plan. You got to make quality provider decisions because it goes from a 2-tiered network to a 3-tiered network. It actually decreases the premium from what the renewal was, and ultimately, administration feels that it leaves room for other personnel components to consider moving forward in 2027. There's only so much money to go around, and we need to make careful decisions based on that. So with that, I turn it over to the board for consideration, and please feel free to ask questions.
What was the trepidation of the advisory committee on option 1? Is it just simply the increased premium, increase out of pocket, or?
I think it's, what I actually heard was, it does increase the deductible, and that's always a concern because rarely do you go backwards. Sometimes it does happen, like one of the options that was put in front of us actually did reduce the deductible by $100 for a single and $200 for a family. But that, the out-of-pocket exposure, the continuity of care, if you're in the middle of a medical issue or that sort of thing, I think those were the primary things that I heard.
Any questions from either one of you?
I do not.
But so they receive 70% of that increase, and that's subsidized. So even though there's an increase,
Correct.
they're only going to be responsible for 30% of that increase. 70% is going to be picked up by the township.
Correct.
Okay.
That is what is in the contracts at this point in time, and it's what has been done for non-bargaining personnel as well.
So and Matt and I discussed this. I've got trepidation about both. So we need to pass something today, but we can also work on it. I'd like to see something in between the two, and I read not only the 4 they narrowed it down to, but the other 7 that they initially offered. I think it was 11 total, if I'm not mistaken. It was a lot. But again, I'm sitting in a chair, so I got time. I understand the trepidation about the increase. I understand the percentage changes. I just thought maybe there would be something in between the renewal and where we are with option 1. The other options kind of look like that's what they are, but they really aren't. So my thought process right now would be to approve option 1 with the caveat that Matt is going to go back to them and ask for a potential that we could address in September of something that might be a little more in the middle. If not, fine. We understand the market. I mean, everybody here gets their own insurance. My homeowner's insurance went up 10%. My auto went up 15% for no reason at all. My daughters are older, so the exposure should, and so are my cars. So the exposure should be less, but it's not. So, and without any claims other than a windshield claim. So, certainly understand the market we're in. Everything's more expensive, including healthcare. So, my recommendation is to take option 1 with that discussion in September. Gentlemen,
I'm okay with this option 1.
I mean, you know, when you sit there and crunch the numbers, I mean, it does force your hands a little bit there because the increases are so dramatic. I'm okay with option 1, and I would gladly listen to if there's some other things that we can tweak and figure out a closer to the middle ground. I would gladly listen to that and see if there's something that could fit a little better for what our concerns are and what we're actually getting.
We'll certainly ask, but
Understood.
do I have a motion to approve 5695 with choosing option 1?
So moved.
Second?
Mr. Holt? Yay. Mr. Mearsfall?
Yay.
Mr. Gabbard?
Yay. And I want to make sure everybody understands. I understand the hard work that was put into this. Totally. If we can find something that might smooth the waters a little bit.
There weren't any good options.
No, it's degrees of bad. That's exactly right.
Historically, since I've been here, at least, the health plans have been, you had fairly quickly identify something that's palatable. That didn't happen this year.
Understood. And we have some other ideas that might help as well. Anything else under administration, Matt?
Yeah.
Police Department, Resolution 5696, a resolution declaring personal property as surplus, approving an internet auction, direct sale, donation, disposal, or destruction of said personal property, dispensing with the second reading, and declaring an emergency. Chief?
This is the cruiser that was totaled. We've received compensation from the insurance company for that. It was very reasonable what they gave us for the equipment and the cruiser. So that's what this is about. We need to surplus out that total car so they can pick it up and take it away.
Okay.
How old was the one that got wrecked?
2020?
Yeah, it's one of the old Tahoes. Yeah.
Do we have a motion to approve 5696?
So moved.
Second?
Mr. Metersball?
Yeah.
Mr. Holtree?
Yay.
Mr. Gabbard?
Yay. We have a recommendation to make a conditional officer of probationary employment to Brandon Langenfelter as a police officer pending acceptable testing, background, and pre-employment screenings.
He's currently with Clay Township. He's got about 7 years of experience. Looks like a good candidate for us. We'd like to continue processing him, so we'd like to make an offer to hire.
Do I have a motion to approve this recommendation?
So moved.
Second?
Mr. Holtree?
Yay.
Mr. Metersball?
Yeah.
Mr. Gabbard?
Yay. Anything else, Chief?
Yes.
Planning and zoning. Shocker. A resolution 5697. Resolution determining the maintenance of the listed specific tracts of land can constitute a nuisance, dispensing with the second reading and declaring an emergency.
I'll pinch it for Jeff. He's taking a week of vacation this year. Glad to answer any questions that you have about it. You've seen a couple of those addresses before.
Understood. Do I have a motion to approve 5697?
So moved.
Second?
Mr. Metersball?
Yeah.
Mr. Holtree?
Yay.
Mr. Gabbard?
Yay. Nothing else for planning and zoning? Okay. Fire District recommendation to accept the retirement resignation of Captain Jeff Prass, effective September 26, 2026, with the thanks of a grateful community after 36 years of dedicated service to Clearcreek Township and the city of Springboro.
36 years is a long time, longer than a lot of our employees have been alive. So we thank Jeff for all of his years of dedication. And if you want to save the date, September 25th, we'll be having his retirement ceremony. More details forthcoming, but it'll typically be the 11 to 1 at Station 24. But I'll get you the flyer once it's complete.
Okay. So I want to tell a quick story about about Captain Pratt.
You are being recorded.
I know. So, yeah, now we got good mics. Growing up here, it's a unique situation when you take office and do this. And 15 years ago, when I first started this, I went around and met everybody, as we all have. And I've known Jeff my entire life. And at the time, the tradition was it was Mr. Gabbard, Mr. Wade, Miss Onspall, all that stuff. A little more formal than we are now, which is completely fine. But Captain Prass pulled me aside and kind of ribbed me a little bit. He's my brother's age, and they were buddies growing up, and we grew up in the same neighborhood. So he said, just got to tell you right now, I'm not going to be able to call you Mr. Gabbard. You were so annoying when we were little guys. So I said, fair enough. Just if we're in the meeting room, if you wouldn't mind, that's the only place I would ask for it because it's proper in there. So we wish Jeff the best of luck, and do I have a motion to accept this recommendation?
So moved.
Second?
Mr. Holtree?
Yay.
Mr. Metersball?
Yeah.
Mr. Gabbard?
Yay. Make sure he watches this, if you wouldn't mind, Chief
I
Hagan.
will pass that message along. You know, a good response would have been, well, thank you, Lieutenant Prass.
Yeah. And you know I wouldn't do it.
But it would be a good job.
Couldn't keep my. Well, he wasn't a captain at the time, I don't think.
Yeah, he was.
Has he been a captain? Okay, fair enough. Okay, recommendation to create a full-time, non-exempt position of Community Risk Reduction Officer as detailed in the attached materials and authorize the internal posting of the position if approved. Chief?
Yeah, I detailed it in the memo. I'd be happy to answer any questions anybody would have.
I think it's a good idea. Do we have a motion to approve this recommendation?
So moved.
Second. Mr. Metersball?
Yeah.
Mr. Holtree?
Yay.
Mr. Gabbard?
Yay. Anything else, Chief?
It's just been a busy summer. Crews have done an outstanding job as always. Appreciate them for all their efforts.
Hopefully school starting has been nice and quiet. There is an advantage to cars moving slowly, just FYI.
Yeah, we've had some of the early morning wrecks, and we had a medical call at the bus garage this morning, so, fix some on stuff, nothing serious. That I know of. Yeah, that kind of stuff. Nothing too serious.
Still want something created for anyone under the age of 18 to shut their phone off when they get in their car. That's just me. Anyway, okay, roads, no new business.
Cape sealing program should be kicking off here in the next couple of weeks. So,
And I went by where you just did the patching.
I've been everywhere.
Crown Point. Yes, Crown Point. Looks good. So, anything else?
That's it, sir.
Okie doke. I have a motion to approve the consent agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Holtry.
Yay.
Mr. Metersfall.
Yay.
Mr. Gabbard.
Yay. Staff updates.
Just a couple of things. I went to the last week. Went to the Warren County TID Northern Warren County meeting for traffic. I will update the board in writing on what that looked like, but it was productive and kind of interesting to see the options developed and how they're being weighed against each other to prioritize not just here in Clearcreek, but the wider northern communities and even into Montgomery County just a little bit. So that was an interesting meeting. And as I had mentioned to, I think, Jason, the sign cabinet and electronic reader board had been delivered to our vendor, so they have tentatively scheduled installation of it this week.
So we probably want to schedule a time potentially before the first September meeting
Sure.
to dedicate that.
Sure.
Is that okay with you guys? Okay. And we'll make sure that Chief Terrell picks Mr. Wade up and brings him out. So it's an inside joke. Anything else, Matt?
Not at this time, sir.
Okay, do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second?
Mr. Metersfall.
Yay.
Mr. Holtry.
Yay.
Mr. Gabbard.
Yay.